Hello and welcome to Benue Television News at 7. I am Suzanne Achin. Headlines: Governor Hyacinth Ali approves appointment of Director General on Homeland Security. House of Representatives passes 70,000 naira minimum wage bill into law. The International Security Forces detain protesters in Uganda. As part of efforts to attract more investors to the state, government has decided to organize an international investment summit for an economic city and diaspora estate in Benue. Governor Hyacinth Ali made this decision in an interview with the media at Government House, Makati, and correspondent Emmanuel Akula has the details of this report.
The Benue state government is exploring options of attracting investments towards improving the economy of the state. According to Governor Hyacinth Ali, the summit will ensure people living outside the country invest in Benue, targeting goods that will sell at wholesale prices. The present administration under Governor Ali has already signed 2 memoranda of understanding with 2 international partners, Sinoki Systems Limited and Shanghai Haitian Hospital. These 2 partnerships, according to the governor, are beneficial to the state.
We are excited about this investment because it's going to open up many more doors, investment doors, economic doors, and commercial doors in the state. And as we rightly had mentioned at some other forum, we are as a state open to full-time business. We invite the good foreign business investors to come into the state to see how they can partner with us, to see how they can invest in the state for their own good and the prosperity of ours in the state.
Why the Memorandum of Understanding between the government and Sinoki Systems Limited is for the establishment of a solar panel production factory. That with Shanghai Haitian Hospital is aimed at upgrading facilities at the Benue State University Teaching Hospital to boost its capacity to deliver quality health care. Special Advisor to the Governor on International Investments, Alex Adingi, affirms that the partnerships are already yielding positive results for the state. Mr. Adingi states that 5 more memoranda of understanding will be signed before November this year as part of government's efforts to change the economic status of the state. He notes that one of such companies will be mining coal for the production of fertilizers, especially urea.
All the raw materials are here. That means we are laying a foundation for 100% renewable energy, which is great. We also talked about the health sector, and we just signed an agreement with a Chinese company, with a Chinese hospital, Haitian Hospital in Shanghai, and they have already started. This agreement has taken, the MOU has taken effect already.
He says plans were on the way to ensure that both public and private moribund industries will be revived and repositioned to improve the state economy and create job opportunities for the unemployed. Emmanuel Akula, Benue Television News, Makudi.
Benue State Governor Reverend Father Hyacinth Ali has approved the appointment of Air Commodore Jacob Bamwan retired as the Director General, Bureau of Homeland Security. Bamuwan is a graduate of Nigerian Defense Academy Kaduna, Nigerian College of Aviation Technology Zaria, University of Jos and Ahmadu Bello University Zaria, and served the Nigerian military, becoming a specialist in law enforcement and criminal justice till retirement. He has been into community service before the present appointment. Chief Press Secretary to the Governor, Tesu Kula, in a statement conveys Governor Alia's congratulations to the new appointee and charges him to put the interest of the state first in all his official dealings, while bringing his wealth of experience to bear in tackling insecurity in the state. The appointment takes immediate effect. I will recall that during the last Benue State Security Council meeting, the Council pronounced the establishment of a Bureau of Homeland Security to be domiciled directly under the office of the Governor. Meanwhile, the Benue State government has established a Directorate for Diaspora Linkages and Investments to bring innovative linkages and investments to rural transformation. Governor Hyacinth Alia says the diaspora linkages and investments is an emerging phenomenon and a much-needed area to help re-globalize the state in economic and social development processes. This, the governor hopes, will entice the youths to stay back in the rural areas and invest their energies in agriculture and farming to enhance sustainability and reduce crime rate in the state. In a press statement, Chief Press Secretary Tesu Kula informs that the Directorate will attract contributions of the diaspora towards the development of infrastructure, commerce, and industries, which enables economies to build strategies for collaboration that will benefit the state. Father Alia in the statement says the establishment of the Directorate would serve as a direct link between his government and diaspora experts, cutting off middleman exploitation of the state and linking it directly with source companies that want to invest and do business on Benue soil. He points out some of the benefits to include remittances, sourcing funds from overseas for investment in the state, transfer of skills and technology, promotion of entrepreneurship, and creation of small and medium enterprises with new jobs for youths and stimulation of international trade. Well, Professor Abraham Gigi has been appointed as Director General of Directorate for Diaspora Linkages and Investment Liaison Office in Abuja, the Federal Capital Territory. A directorate that is to have its headquarters in any convenient state of the United States of America, USA. Professor Gigi, whose appointment takes immediate effect, is a seasoned academic of international repute. A statement by the Chief Press Secretary to the Governor, Tesu Kula, says Professor Gigi's strength lies in his ability to negotiate, mediate, and mobilize for investments worldwide using appropriate and effective global linkages. While congratulating the new DG, Governor Alia urges him to swing into action, bearing in mind the eagerness of his administration to prioritize the masses by providing them with dividends of democracy for entrusting him with their mandate. We now shift our attention to the Department of Defense Communications, DDC, that has activated toll-free lines for all defense-led Joint Task Force JTF operations for individuals at the grassroots. In a statement signed by G.N. Abubakar for Brigadier General for the Force Commander, DDC says the emergency toll-free line is 080-20205. The force is asking people with information about security threats around Benue, Nasarawa, and Taraba to reach the command on the toll for speedy response. Meanwhile, Benue State University Teaching Hospital has inaugurated the Committee for Implementation of the Cancer Center. The Chief Medical Director, Dr. Stephen Hwande, performed the inauguration ceremony at the conference hall of the Teaching Hospital, Makadi, with a charge for excellent, transparent, and speedy execution of the project. Well, correspondent Matthew Ikulana was there in our reports.
These are the 13 committee members for the implementation of the Cancer Center launched Friday. During the ceremony, Dr. Stephen Wande charges the members of the committee to be transparent and hardworking for speedy execution of the project. Dr. Wande praises Governor Hyacinthe Alia, the former governor and Senator Gabriel Suswan, the royal fathers and other dignitaries for making the International Health Summit and the scientific exhibition and the endowment fund for the Cancer Center a great success.
So we want to use this occasion to thank them for their presence. It's a summit that brought together both political class, traditional rulers, non-governmental, private sector. Everybody was there, youths, young men, and the press, to discuss the future of healthcare in Benue. And it was a huge success, and like the governor said, it's going to become an annual event.
Chairman of the committee, Dr. Samuel Utene, assures the CMD and Benue people that the committee will serve totally towards the implementation of the project.
All I can assure my Chief Medical Director and the government, all I can assure the public of is the fact that we will ensure that no stone is left unturned. We will ensure that no step is skipped so that we don't have to come back and waste funds. We will ensure that every single fund that is allocated for this project is used for what it was meant for.
The committee comprises Dr. Samuel Utene as chairman, Isaac Anongo as vice chairman, and other senior staff from the teaching hospital as members. Matthew Ikulono, Benue Television News, Makudi.
22nd July is marked annually as World Brain Day to educate people and create awareness about neurological disorders, with the theme for this year as Brain Health and Prevention Consultant Neurologist with the Benue State University Teaching Hospital in Makudi. Dr. Emmanuel Iwozu is advising people to take proper care of the brain as it is the central system that controls the body of every human being. He gave the advice Tuesday during Benue Television's live program Talk Health. Iwangi Baja has the details of this report.
It is interesting to note that almost all the 5 senses are located on the head and subsequently controlled by the brain. An injury to the head is therefore not taken lightly, as people give special attention to such. Some people across the state told Benue Television about the kind of care they give to their head, considering safety measures.
I don't go in taking hard drugs, drinking of alcohol, smoking of cigarettes, and what have you.
Brain is the most important organ that can make possible solution or translate actions to the physical body. It's through brain that you have and you can be rational.
The brain is very, very important to every human being. So it's enough reason to celebrate it.
Dr. Emmanuel Iwozo, a neurologist who featured on Talk Health, said the brain is what makes a man. Without the brain, a human being cannot and will not function well. Iwozo mentioned some disorders related to the brain and called out risk factors that could predispose one to having brain disorders.
The brain is so central to a human being that anyone whose brain is dysfunctional or whose brain has a problem will likely not function well. When somebody has something as common as diabetes mellitus, that person is already at risk of having a brain or nervous system disease. Even sometimes people could be exposed to chemicals, and a lot of chemicals also are in our environment, some pesticides, some herbicides. All this could predispose people to have neurological disease. Environment also is important to know, particularly there's a lot of psychosocial stress. Economic stress is also taking a toll on a lot of people. That makes people work without resting. So even not sleeping, stress also can predispose to neurological or brain diseases. It can predispose to stroke and other brain diseases.
He said brain or neurological disorders could be prevented with lifestyle modification.
Diet, as basic as it is, all right, it is good for people to eat healthy. It's good for people to eat well. The kind of diet to take, what to avoid, what to take, that could handle it.
On who is mostly affected with brain disorders, it was said adults between 18 to 90 years.
You could also get people at 80, get people at 90 who will go to the next neighbor's house, and on returning back home, we miss his way and go to somewhere else. Who built his house, knows the way to his bedroom, and when you want him to go to the bedroom, he rather goes outside the house because he doesn't know his way. It's a brain disorder.
Iwazu also gave an illustration of how an epileptic patient could be given first aid treatment.
For when someone is convulsing, one of the things to do is to get the person to an environment